So we've gone around, from legislation to politics to religion. I just offered to end this interview. I want to bring it back to the communities because I feel like we can assume that achieving gender equality, like you said, even misogyny, it might not be understood by a lot of Filipinos. Achieving gender equality might sound abstract or intimidating to many Filipinos, especially since we're still embedded in a patriarchal society. So what do you think families, communities, and maybe schools do to promote women's rights?
I'll start siguro. One, I work for Save the Children Philippines as a technical advisor for gender and ASRH. And one thing that we've been working on is really trying to change the dynamics within the household. Not just in terms of, learning how to be feminist or understanding gender, but having that open communication with your children, the positive parenting and healthy relationships, I think would really help in changing those norms. Because I have so many friends, even I may be included, have a lot of trauma from childhood that made me who I am today. And it's not always for the better, for most people. So the proper guidance at home is very important, raising your children with these values, mainstreaming it into our community, into our schools and institutions. Ako nga, like for the adolescent pregnancy prevention bill, what we're trying to do is have it institutionalized that all service providers must undergo gender training. Kasi yung biases mo as a service provider would affect how would people trust your institution.
Gusto niyo ng feminist vision of utopia? Sige, I think tama si Vance, no? From the start, within families, we have to raise our children gender fair in their ideas. And as I was saying, all the psychological studies are showing, if you raise your children where you allow women to play with men's toys, girls, syempre, to play with boys' toys, and boys to play with girls' toys, they
And
grow
pink
up.
is not a women's
Yeah.
color, mga ganun.
These children grow up with a far greater set of cognitive abilities. Kasi iba yung tinuturo ng boys' toys. Halimbawa, if you have a doll, you'll talk to the doll. Right? If you have a train set or a construction set, you learn spatial issues. Right? And as you continue, women can be good at math, boys can be better at literature. It's all, it really gives you a broader set of ideas. We are also finding that if men participate in childcare, you get more stable human beings with more clear concepts of what it's like to be a good man in the world. Yung mga ganyan.
Care, pati helping
Yeah.
The house.
The responsibilities
In the
at
house.
home.
It's not a solo hindi role ng babae,
Kasi
role ng family.
Lahat ng taong marunong maglaba, magluto, magmalengke, lalaki man o babae, alam natin kung gaano kahalaga yan dun sa pagtingin natin bilang tao sa sarili. Kung hindi mo kaya yung mga basic na ganyan, wag na tayo mag-usap ng autonomy,
Survival skills.
independence, di ba? Kaya, napakalinaw na from the start, yung sinasabi ni Van, sa loob ng pamilya, kung equal and gender fair ang upbringing, it's better for not just the girls but also the boys. Okay, that's the first. Outside, when we go outside of the family, you did mention, no? There are some important things that I'll go to the other end of the state. No? Women are the most burdened by the lack of childcare. So we would like to have to continue at the barangay level, mga child care centers na napakalaga sa early child education din, no? Para matulungan ang women. Women are in bad housing, so we would like to be able to give women and their families better houses. And all those community support systems, cheaper electricity, cheaper concerns yun ng women. I would love to expand our conditional cash transfer program. Wag nang conditional, cash transfer na lang. This has been shown in other countries to work. And once you lift the economic well-being of women and their families, it really pays to lessen. So, hindi women yan, pero buong lipunan din yan ang mahalaga kasi wala namang diferensya sa akin kung
Pero
api ka dahil babae ka o
yung ibang mga
api ka dahil
puntong-
mahirap
Yung
ka.
ibang mga puntong yan, di ba tinutulak din ng simbahan?
Oo nga, kaya nga ang simbahan, hindi ko naman, sabi nila kaaway ko, hindi ko naman kaaway palagi. Minsan-minsan lang, di ba? Okay. So yun yung, on the level of state policy, marami na nga tayong na-achieve. But it's not yet what we need. And then we need to give free education na real accessibility, na gender fair. Okay? Kasi central to the economic well-being of the nation, the well-being of the family, women and all. Pero women are going to be differentially uplifted with universal education. Okay, so do you like my feminist utopia so far? Di ba? Okay, so yun yung tinatanong. And then, as we said, we call on the church to think deeply about its own ministries. Because if you listen to the women friends of ours in Ateneo, they have put forward panahon-panong reproductive health that the church can view its social parameters, its social ministries very differently. But still within the tradition and the Bible and the other, what do you call it? Parang books of the church. Marami namang interpretations na pwede ang simbahan para i-accommodate na ang women, no? At hindi lang siguro yung simbahang Katoliko, although siyempre pinakamalaki, but all other churches can actually allow women's issues to happen, which is my entry into the culture that we also talked about, di ba? Media organizations like Rappler, thank you Rappler, but all other media organizations, films, movies must continue the effort that we're beginning to see in many enlightened content makers na bigyan naman talaga ng mas magandang portrayals ang women. And then, of course, Chief, across all these things I think we end violence against women. It's an issue na wala namang pumapayag na pwedeng bugbugin yung babae at iba. Si Duterte lang yun, pero napaka-fluke niya talaga. Okay, but I think one of our main issues is let's put a lot of resources into ending that. If you're even able to diminish that in the Philippines, we also will see benefits, not just to women, pero their children. You know how traumatized children are, di ba? Because of the violence. So I think, I could go on, but maybe I'll stop there because I painted, I think, a picture that I hope people like.